What's up, Internet? Today we're going to look at the TST R002 e-bike. Now, before we get started, one of the great things of having an emailing list of 14,000, you guys are killing it by the way, is the fact that I can ask you how you would like to see a review on a product. And about 99% of you said, do not strap a GoPro to yourself and ride down the road and talk about it. And I understand that, I really do. I'm not bashing on any channels, but if you do a look up on pretty much anything, you will see somebody take it out of a box, talk about it real quick, and then ride it around and tell you how well it does bike things. Yeah, it's a bike. So if you saw the last video we did that included electric anything, I like scooters, but I also like e-bikes as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over all the features, show you everything that we can, and at the end, I am going to talk about how this thing is done with the things that we have done with it and the multiple uses that probably a lot of you haven't thought of, especially you parents. So let's go over the bike itself. So the TST R002 is a moped-style e-bike. It has a 48-volt 1500 watt motor and has a 15 amp hour battery, which gives you about the range of 65 miles according to them. Of course, that varies between how you're riding and how fast you're going and the terrain that you're on. It has full suspension front and rear, hydraulic disc brakes, and has a Shimano Inflatable 7-speed, which shifts smoothly at a touch of a button. It also has the fat tires with aluminum mags for added strength, and let me tell you, they really are tough. It has a very good headlight, also has brake lights and turn signals. It has thumb control acceleration. Kind of wish it had a twist throttle because it's a moped style bike, but can't have everything. The keypad and display are very easy. The display shows your speed, battery life, and how far you've gone. Also on the battery, which is lockable, it has a display on that as well. It comes with a charger and also a toolkit that has everything you need to assemble the bike right out of the box. It actually has a pretty nice seat with inlays in it. It's fairly comfortable, of course, after you adjust it to your height and your sitting position. The grips feel good as well. They're not, of course, super expensive, but they're not really cheap, slick style either. Everything is actually very well put together on this bike. So with all that being said, we have taken this through mud, rain, taken it camping, dirt trails, you name it. It's been through it. That's why it's actually pretty dirty and kind of beat up, and it has taken it without any problems whatsoever. Now there's a few things that maybe some of you haven't thought of. A lot of campgrounds nowadays, even in up north Wisconsin especially, they don't allow even gas-powered golf carts. They say they're too noisy. A lot of the people that are going parking and they call it camping when they bring their house, you know what I'm talking about. They don't want to hear gas engines anymore. Now I'm not going to debate on whether electric or gas or the wave of the future. I'm not going to do any of that because I'm going to be honest with you, I like both of them. What you can do with this is you can still run to the corner store or even run around the campground and nobody's really going to say anything unless you're doing 20 mile an hour plus. Probably they might say something, but it's quiet. Nobody's going to say really anything. So that is actually really handy to have if you can fit it, of course. And another thing you can do is leave the campgrounds. Let's say you're by a trail or maybe by a lake or whatever. You won't have to hike or do whatever. Maybe you just want to bike and see the sights. And this will make your life a lot easier, especially with the bigger tires. So let's switch areas really quick and I'll go over my next point. And that is, what does my Ultra Classic have to do with this? Sadly, the sales of these and all bigger bikes, doesn't matter the brand, so I don't want to hear that, have been going down consecutively through the years. Some of it has to do with, of course, how expensive these things are nowadays. But being a decent sized channel now, I get to talk to all generations, younger and older. And what I continually hear from the younger generation is that these scare them. They also have told me that when they were younger, they never rode a mini bike, a moped, a dirt bike, nothing. Sometimes they haven't even ridden a pedal bike. Now, I understand being a parent, you want to wrap your kid in bubble wrap. However, you're really not doing them any favors. And that's where something like this might come into play. This, being the setup that it is more like a scooter, which is also the reason that I like it. But what it can do is it can teach your little ones how to ride under power. It can show you different braking, like if you're on a slick surface, you don't want to hit just your front brake or you'll wipe out. Another thing it does is they have to charge it if they want to use it. Just like putting gas in a vehicle. As a matter of fact, I actually ran into a younger kid the other day that ran out of gas. And when I asked him when the last time he put gas in, He didn't know what I was talking about. I do blame the parents for that one. Probably should have told him that the car needed gas, but either way. And we have all seen where somebody's trying to put gas in a Tesla, which is still funny every time you see it. So these are just some of the thoughts that I can see where this would come in handy in multiple. Plus, it's really fun. And let's face it, we could use a ton of that in this day and age, that's for sure. All links will be in the description. And as always, and many of you already know, we do not take affiliates, commissions, nothing. We make absolutely no money on any link we provide. We believe all sales should stay between the company and the customer, which is why we can say, buy it, don't buy it, doesn't matter to us, and you all have a good one.
I'm your Huckleberry.